Hello, welcome to lockdown, everybody. Yeah, this isn't like a cheerful theatre blog like it normally is because everything's shut, which is kind of rubbish. Everything's cancelled. Eurovision's cancelled. West End Live is cancelled. My birthday's cancelled, and that's not even while June. Like everything good this summer is cancelled, basically. Um, yeah, cheerful start, I know. But kind of what I wanted to talk about was the fact that everything is cancelled and it's like we can get this back, okay, guys? We can get this back. We can get this for like the end of summer if we're lucky, or early autumn when the weather's still nice. We can still do this by literally staying in the house. And I am baffled that people have a problem with this, frankly. I read in the news yesterday that police had broken up a karaoke party somewhere where there was like 25 people having a whale of a time and a barbecue and a karaoke and all of that stuff. Why? Why would you put yourself and your friends and your family at risk and create a situation where you're going to pass a horrendous and potentially fatal virus on to people that you supposedly care about? Because I can't wait up at all. I mean, I'm going to work because we are deemed as essential in what I do. Um, we are literally selling essential items like repair items, security items, safety related things to do with your home because we are essential home retailer according to the government. And I'm still getting people like messaging me and stuff saying, when can I be let in to have a look at some testers, or when can I buy paint? What? You want to leave the house on lockdown when you're not supposed to leave the house other than for essentials, for one thing. You are only supposed to go for like a daily walk. You also feel like it's acceptable to ask me when I'm going to put myself in danger for you. No, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? Like, just have a little word with yourself, have a little think about how it is to be on the end of messages like, when will I be able to get some paint? Oh, I can't get some paint, I'm stuck in the house. Yeah, you're safe. That's what you're doing. That is the point of this. Just have a think about how it feels for me when you message me saying, oh, I want to potentially expose you to something so that I can paint my feature wall. And it's not only that, like, I have interacted with people, and the incubation period for this coronavirus is not like a 1 day, 2 day type thing. I could have interacted with people last week and still be like, brewing it up here. I could be infecting you, and you're willing to take that risk to go home to your families, your kids, your parents, whoever it might be. I can't weigh that up. Like, I am trying my hardest to isolate other than work. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, I have gone to work, I have gone to the supermarket, and I've come home. And that is the only three places that I have seen in the last 2 weeks. I have not been to my mum and dad's house. I mean, hell's teeth, you can see by my hair, I haven't had my hair done. Look at them roots. I mean, Christ. It's going to take some doing when all this is over. I don't know what I'm going to look like by then. But you know what? Everybody's going to be the same. That's the beauty of this. We're all in this together. I'm not going to start singing the song from High School Musical at you. That would be really, really weird. But, if that's what it takes, guys, if that's what it takes, then that's what we need to do. But, yeah, we're all making sacrifices here. I don't think it's too much of an ask to ask people not to interact with people outside their own homes and out of their own households. Like, I mean, I went to go see my mum and dad the other day. I dropped something off on their doorstep, and I did not set foot over the door. I did not see them face to face. We, shouted through the window. I rang them so that they could hear me, and then we opened the window and, shouted a little bit while I was stood at the bottom of the garden. That's fun. Not. We're all doing, a tiny bit, so stay in. It's really not that difficult. I mean, my generation is the generation that literally did nothing but stay in. We were the generation that had so many computer games and stuff, and the computer room that we all had when we were growing up that we spent so many hours in, on MSN and on The Sims and all these websites that we used to play on, Neopets and all that crap. Why are we not good at staying in now? How is that? How have we developed this skill? I don't understand it. Um, and you know what I'm saying about my generation? It's not just that. The amount of people that are maybe in their 60s and a bit older that have come to work over the last few days and said, "Oh, I thought you'd be open. I want some pain." No, no. You're in a vulnerable group here, guys. Play the game. We're trying our best as people of my age to have a huge level of anxiety about this to keep you safe. You look at my dad. He is technically classed as on the vulnerable list. He's not on like the critical list or whatever they call it. But he is actually staying in. He hasn't been anywhere other than walk the dog. And that's what we're asking of people. And it's not like we're asking you to scale Everest or invent a cure for cancer or find the lost city of Atlantis. That's not what we're asking here. We're literally asking you to stay in watching Midsummer Murders. That's not hard, is it? Really? Disney Plus has launched this week. I mean, for Christ's sake, why can you not stay in to watch Disney films? I've been going to work and I've still watched like 4 or 5 films. I mean, God, I watched Kronk's New Groove last night. I was laughing my head off. It was such a great stress relief because it was just something silly in these like really serious times where we're genuinely at a point where we're just checking in with each other on a death toll, which is not a situation I ever thought we'd be in or that I would ever live through. I kind of thought that, those days went out with Spanish flu. How naive! How naive was I? It's crazy. I mean, look at my hands. My hands are only just starting to heal up. They have been bleeding. I've been washing them that hard. I've taken to rubber gloves now, but honestly, I feel like when all this is over and my hands go back to a relative normal level, I'm going to be like that scene in Death Becomes Her where Meryl Streep takes the potion and then she holds both hands up and one's a really old hand and one's a young hand. That's what I'm going to be like, guys. I'm going to have one really wrinkly hand and one really normal one. I'm going to do it like an experiment. I mean, I've painted my nails, I don't know why. I'm wearing gloves all the time. This is the first day I've curled my hair in a fortnight. Saturday was the first day I straightened my hair in about 10 days. Because just what's the point? There's too much else going on to worry about it. This is the first day I've felt more like me because I've put some makeup on. I mean, I've been putting my eyebrows on every day because nobody needs that in times of difficulty, seeing me without my eyebrows. But it's strange times. Strange times. But to help you stay in, I mean, over the last weekend, when I was weekend off, I kind of had an inkling that lockdown was coming. I think we all did. I mean, when Boris Johnson announced that it was going to be a later announcement on Monday night, I think the whole entire length and breadth of the UK just went, we're on lockdown now, guys. This is it. This is not a drill. And it wasn't like a big lockdown like some countries have had. Some countries have got like a police presence all the time. There is a curfew. You cannot go more than so many metres from your front door unless it's a supermarket run. I mean, I know of in some countries where you have to nominate who is your household shopper. So if you are not the household shopper, you do not go to the supermarket. You have to kind of be that one person that is going just indefinitely until all this is over. I mean, I live on my own, so it's not too bad because it will be me whatever happens. But then it's like, well, what if I get ill? I can't then do my own shopping. You can't get a delivery slot for love nor money. There's just so many what ifs and so many questions. But to my point is last Sunday I did a list of stuff to do if I was on quarantine. And that is, quite frankly, what all of you that are roaming the streets saying you're bored should have done. Because, there is bags of options. Bags of options. I mean, for one thing, as I said before, with the generation that had The Sims, just play The Sims 4. You would be amazed how many hours pass by when you are on that. Yeah, I mean, you can easily spend a good hour designing a house before you put people in and build a swimming pool to drown them in to get the money. We've all been there. Go there again. Do you know what? It's very therapeutic. Controlling somebody's life when you've got jack all control over your own. I highly recommend it. Do that. Job number 1. You can easily kill a day or two on there. You can easily kill a day or two before you even look at the clock, to be quite frank with you. Number 2, for me, is I've got a lot of cross-stitching I'm on the go with. develop a craft, develop a hobby. I haven't been able to cross stitch for like a week because my hands have been bleeding and I've been worried about getting blood all over the cotton, which I'm on like a huge project of Henry VIII and his 6 wives that I've been on with since November. I definitely had my Christmas tree up when I was doing Henry VIII's torso, so I feel like I'd been on it a bit before then, but I'm not sure. But anyhow, we're in March now and I'm still like only on Catherine of Aragon. I've got 2 wives down halfway through Catherine of Aragon. So yeah, do a hobby because that takes a while. Do a jigsaw, do knitting, knit yourself some jumpers. It's probably going to be winter before we're out of all of this. You're going to need them. There's an option for you. Knit jumpers and donate them to people. It's fine. You will pass time. Stay indoors. I feel like I'm on the quiz show broadcast on that Mitchell and Webb look. I feel like I'm sat here. I feel like I'm David Mitchell going, remain indoors. And I love David Mitchell. I do not want to be that David Mitchell character. I'm Matt Corrigan. Let's be fair. I'm not that dude, okay? I've just admitted to being Matt Corrigan. I hate myself right now. But, you know, if that's what it takes, that's what I'll do. I'm Matt Corrigan, remain indoors. I made a list. I'm referring to the list. Write letters. Write some letters. I mean, God knows you can't go to the post office for anything, but if you've got some stamps, write some letters that only require a stamp. Write letters to people in this country, okay? Write a diary, because do you know what? This is crazy times. We could be like Samuel Pepys right here. I might write a diary because I feel like Samuel Pepys wrote about the Great Fire of London, and he wrote a great deal of other stuff, like a lot of information about his own personal habits, I'll say, about what got him going. But everyone remembers the cheese. It's funny that in a diary where you're talking about your maids' bosoms and stuff, people always remember Parmesan. It's funny what you're remembered for. But yeah, we could be the next Samuel Pepys. Guys, let's do that. I'm going to write a diary. I could be famous in like 400 years. It's fine. I'll bide my time. I'll play the long game. You could also, loads of shows have put themselves online. So last week I watched Wind in the Willows, which I never got to see live when it was on at the Palladium. And I've never even been to the Palladium, can you believe? So I got to watch that with Craig Mather, Simon Lipkin, Gary Wilmot. Yeah, loads and loads of people in it. And I really, really enjoyed that because it was like going to the theatre, which is what I miss. I miss the opportunity of seeing on Twitter who's covering what role tonight, what night Luke McCall's playing Jean Valjean, what night Scott Davies is playing the Phantom, you know, all of that stuff. I miss that and seeing what's going on and what the news is and what the casting is and who's coming and going and what's rumoured to be in rehearsal to come. I miss all that, but loads of shows are online, so yeah, catch up with that. The National Theatre have just announced they're putting a load of stuff on every Friday night. There will be a stream via YouTube, so I might watch One Man, Two Governors at some point because, again, never saw it, but it's supposed to be really good. I'm going to try that, and they're doing a few other things. I know it's mainly like the theatre stuff, but I am aware that the National Theatre staged Follies not so long ago and a few other really big bits. So I'm hopeful that we're going to get something of that. Basically, shows that have properly recorded themselves are putting themselves online. Eugenius, I haven't watched that yet and I need to watch that. So there's quite a lot to keep you entertained. That's a good couple of hours per show there. And if you do it properly, pause it, have an interval ice cream, brilliant. Dress up, make your front room into a theatre. I've seen people on YouTube doing that they're queuing in their own hallway all dressed up and having signs saying to the stalls on the living room door. I love that. Do that. That's fun. Get the kids involved, make signs, dress them up, put a feather boa on, do what you like. It's your own front room, no one's going to judge. Go to the theatre indoors. Another thing you can do, and I discovered this and people keep laughing at me, but I'm going to run this up the flagpole again, guys, is there are like rides from Disney online. Oh my god. You could go to Disney without leaving your house. I even made a playlist, which, do you know what? I'm happy to share with you. That is a day at the Magic Kingdom, complete with parade, and a day at MGM Studios, but it's like MGM of yesteryear. So it's where the Great Movie Ride's still open, because let's face it, we all miss the Great Movie Ride. So yeah, there's days like that. I've even got the fireworks and the parades on these playlists. I was going to have a really cool day at Disney, which I still might do, actually. Do you know what? I might do that this weekend. I've got a weekend off. I'm happy at that. I might make myself some Mickey ears and sit in a box and pretend I'm on a ride. Pretend I've gone out of the house. Pretend I've gone somewhere exciting, because I'm not going nowhere exciting for the foreseeable future, am I? My day is going to be work home Morrison's in any particular order. So let's have a day at Disney. Make Mickey ears. Have Disney related snacks. There's a day. Day or two. Easy. Easy. And you can revisit. Go to Universal. Go to Disney in California. Go to Disneyland Paris. I don't care. Do what you like. Remain indoors. That's the message here. Okay. I mean, I did a load of lists for stuff that I could do around the house, like, power wash the back garden or something. I ain't got time for that. You've probably got time for that. Stay indoors. Yeah, there is loads of stuff on YouTube that you can do. 5, 6, 7 Broadway workout videos, learn a dance, pretend you're a star of stage and screen. Because Joseph Corolla is brilliant. He will give you high tens to the screen. You can feel like you're interacting. It's great. It's fun. Burn some calories. Sweat it out. Because let's face it, we are all stress eating right now. None of us are going to look good after this. Let's just do what we can. So yeah, that is my list of things that you can do as an alternative to putting me and other people at risk by leaving the house. I am going to go now and do some cross stitch. I might moisturise my hands first because, yeah, I mean, you can see them wrinkling. It's like paper, dude. It's like paper. Yeah, moisturise my hands, do a bit of cross stitch, go to the theatre, perhaps. May even start making my Mickey ears. Who knows? There's so many options of things to do indoors. Remain indoors. Let's stay safe, okay? Let's get this out of the way. Let's everyone get by with this. Let's have a little bit of summer. We ain't gonna have West End Live, but do you know what? We can do some theatre indoors. Let's just stay calm, stay in, stay safe, and have a bit of summer, please.